best parts of visiting a winery is going through the tasting process where you actually walk up to the bar and get to taste and pick exactly what you want to drink. It can also be pretty intimidating, so we're here at Noble Ice today with the winemaker, Brandon, and you're going to take us through the tasting process. People very often don't feel comfortable in this relationship. They don't understand what to expect. So why don't you just kind of go through it step by step?
Sure. What we will normally do, we'll start you with a wine list.
Okay.
The wines are all listed here and they're broken down by category. And that's because we usually want to taste wines in a particular order. Not to be scary, but so that you get the most pleasure out of the wines that you're drinking and they don't clash with the wines that you had beforehand. The beauty about wine is that everybody tastes and smells differently, so you're never wrong. They hand you something and you don't like it, it's okay to say that you don't like it. We have dump buckets right here for that very purpose. So you're not hurting our feelings. We make lots of different wines because there's lots of different taste profiles out there.
Okay.
So we'll start with a light, dry wine. This is a stainless steel, so it's going to be more fruit forward. And we would try this before we would, say, an oak-aged wine because the oak is going to add heavier flavors. And so we want to start with the lightest ones, the most delicate wines, so that your palate gets used to those first. The first thing you want to do is observe your wine. Look at it for color, clarity, make sure it's not cloudy. Then what we'll often do is we'll swirl it. Now, if you're a beginner, this can seem silly. You're afraid you're going to make a mess. What we're doing is we're allowing oxygen. We're getting air into that wine. And as we do, it causes all the volatile aromas to kind of come up. And then smell it. Take your time. Enjoy it. I mean, I get so many people that are in here for the first time, and I say, so do you like the aroma? What's it smell like? And they say, wine. Because they don't know how to describe what they're smelling.
Right.
And that's those aromas that are, if I say pear, if you can think, what does a pear smell like? What does it taste like? As you're smelling, you can start to train yourself on what those aromas are that you're smelling, so it doesn't just smell like wine. Now we're on to the tasting part, and this is fun. But I will tell you, the very first time the wine hits your tongue, go ahead and just swallow. Just get rid of it. Take a little sip. And what we're doing is we're cleaning your tongue off. The second sip, you'll want to take it in and kind of hold it in your mouth. Move it around a little bit. You have taste buds all over your tongue, front to back. You even have some on the roof of your mouth, on the palate. You taste things in different places. So move it around, really get to enjoy it. So now we're going to move to a red.
And so, again, with the reds, you do it in the same way.
Exact same thing. We're looking for color and clarity is the first thing we do. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when I tip my wines to the side, and when I do that, I can get right at the edge of the wine and I can see where it's real thin, and you can really see color better there, especially in reds. I would say if this is your first time out to a winery, don't come with too many preconceived ideas, because this really is not a snobby wine event. This is you come to have a good time, learn something new. We're all about educating our consumers. A lot of them have never stepped foot into a winery, and we know that. So the more we can demystify what wine is and why it's fun and enjoyable, the more you're going to enjoy it. So come out, try the wines, find the one that tastes good to you, and that's the one you go out and you enjoy on the nice summer day on the patio.
So the takeaway is just come out and have a good time.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.